Standing in the middle of Montego Bay, I just realized something heavy. I'm standing exactly where enslaved people were once auctioned off like property. Now, it's been completely transformed into something powerful, and the story behind it will give you chills. Welcome to Sam Sharpe Square, and this is not your typical tourist stop in Mobay. Most people rush past this spot heading to the beaches, but they're missing out on one of the most important pieces of Jamaican history. Sam Sharpe is a Jamaican national hero who changed the course of Jamaica forever. Back in 1831, this man led what's known as the Christmas Rebellion, also called the Baptist War. Enslaved people, inspired by his leadership, stood up and demanded freedom and better working conditions. This wasn't just a protest. This was a turning point in Jamaica's journey to emancipation. The square itself was renamed in his honor back in 1976. But here's what got me. Sam Sharpe was actually executed right here in the Montego Bay marketplace for his role in fighting for freedom. Standing where he made his ultimate sacrifice, that hits different. If you're learning something new about Jamaica's powerful history, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps us share these important stories with more people who need to hear them. Now let me show you something that's genuinely hard to look at but absolutely necessary to see. There's this small brick building called the Cage. Originally, it was a lockup for unruly sailors, vagrants, and enslaved people. Just seeing it in person makes your stomach turn, knowing what happened there. But here's where the story gets even deeper. Right next door to the square is the old courthouse, built way back in 1803. This is where they held the trials for people involved in the rebellion, including Sam Sharpe himself. Can you imagine? The man who fought for freedom was tried and sentenced in that very building. Here's the good part though. That courthouse, it's been completely transformed. After being destroyed by fire and later restored, it reopened in 2001 as the Montego Bay Cultural Centre. The place where Sam Sharpe was condemned is now a monument celebrating his legacy and educating people about Jamaica's journey to freedom. Inside the Cultural Centre, they've got the National Museum West, the National Gallery West, and the Freedom Monument dedicated to Sam Sharpe. I walked through there, and some of the artifacts from slavery were jarring to see. The shackles, the human cage, these things are difficult to look at, but they're necessary. This is our history. The museum takes you through Jamaica's entire story, from the Taino people to slavery to colonization. It's comprehensive, it's real, and it doesn't sugarcoat anything. The art gallery inside is smaller, but it's got some really beautiful sculptures and paintings that celebrate Jamaican culture and resilience. Outside, towards the back of the building, is the Freedom Monument dedicated to Sam Sharpe. Just walking around, reading the plaques, and taking in the monuments, you can feel the weight of history and the power of transformation. This square went from being a site of oppression to a place of remembrance and reflection. Here's what really stuck with me. Sam Sharpe's rebellion in 1831 was so significant that it actually accelerated the abolition of slavery in the British Empire. One man's courage, one community's resistance changed everything. That's the power of standing up for what's right, even when the odds are against you. So when you're in Montego Bay, hit the beaches, enjoy the resorts, eat all the jerk chicken your heart desires. But take an hour, maybe two, and come to Sam Sharpe Square. Walk through the Cultural Centre. Learn the real history of this island. Because Jamaica's story isn't just about beautiful beaches and good vibes. It's about resilience, resistance, and the fight for freedom. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, every place has a story. Sometimes the most powerful ones are hiding in plain sight.